Sugar is not just making you fat, it's quietly rewiring your brain the same way a drug does. That sounds dramatic, but stick with me for the next few minutes because what I'm about to walk you through changed how I think about literally everything I eat. This is what actually happens day by day when you cut sugar for 30 days, not the watered down version, the real one. Now, before we get into it, I'm not talking about quitting fruit or obsessing over every gram of natural sugar in your food. I'm talking about the added sugar, the stuff hiding in your juice, your bread, your healthy granola bar that somehow has 18 grams of sugar in it. Yes, that's the sugar I'm talking about. And what I want to show you is that quitting it doesn't just change your waistline, it changes your mood, your skin, your focus, your sleep, even your personality, if we are being honest. Let's start from day one. Days 1 to 3. Why do I feel terrible right now? So you wake up on day one feeling motivated. You've decided no sugar, done. That's easy. By day two, your head is pounding, you are irritable, you are tired for no reason, and you are craving everything. That doesn't mean there is something wrong with you. That is just withdrawal. And yes, that word applies here. Your brain releases dopamine when you eat sugar, the same chemical that fires up when people gamble, scroll social media, or use certain substances. Your brain has been getting a hit of that multiple times a day, every single day, and now you've cut it off. So your brain is really confused, it's throwing a tantrum. You might get headaches, mood swings, low energy, maybe a little brain fog. This is called the sugar withdrawal phase, and it usually peaks around day 2 or day 3. And the good news is that it doesn't last. Days 4 to 7, something feels different. By day 4, something subtle starts shifting. The headache starts fading and your energy becomes steadier. Not that fake spike and crash thing you were used to, but something more even and more consistent. Here is what's actually happening underneath. Your insulin levels are starting to stabilize. When you eat sugar, your blood sugar shoots up, your body pumps out insulin to handle it, and then it crashes, and that crash is what makes you feel tired and moody and hungry again an hour later. Cut the sugar, and that roller coaster starts to flatten out. You also might notice by day 5 or 6, you are not as hungry as you usually are. Like you finished a meal and you are actually satisfied for more than 45 minutes. That's real. It's because sugar messes with leptin, the hormone that tells your brain, hey, we are full. Without the sugar interference, that signal starts working properly again. And here is a small thing that hits different. Food actually tastes better. A plain carrot, a handful of nuts, even water starts tasting like something. Your taste buds are recalibrating after being overwhelmed for so long. Days 8 to 14. My skin is doing something. This is where people start noticing things visually. If you are someone who deals with acne or dull skin, week 2 is usually when you start seeing a shift. Here is why. Sugar triggers a spike in insulin, which then triggers your skin to produce more oil, which clogs pores, which causes breakouts. It also activates something called glycation. Basically, sugar molecules attach to your collagen and damage it. That leads to inflammation, faster aging, and that puffy tired look a lot of us are used to seeing in the mirror. When you cut the sugar, the oil production slows down, the inflammation cools off, and your skin starts clearing up. Some people say their skin looks almost glowy by week 2, and that's not an exaggeration. Your sleep is also shifting now. Sugar disrupts your deep sleep cycles, so without it, a lot of people report falling asleep faster and waking up feeling more rested and not groggy. And mentally, you are starting to feel sharper. Days 15 to 21. Wait, I'm actually in a better mood. This is the week where people get kind of shocked because by now the cravings have become manageable. You are not white knuckling it anymore, and emotionally, a lot of people notice they are just calmer, less reactive, less anxious, and more stable. That sounds like a lot, but the science actually backs it up. High sugar diets have been directly linked to higher rates of anxiety and depression. Part of that is the blood sugar crashes messing with your cortisol, your stress hormone. Part of it is the gut connection because sugar feeds bad bacteria in your gut, and your gut is directly connected to your brain through something called the gut brain axis. When you reduce the sugar, you are basically changing the environment in your gut, and your brain starts feeling it. Around day 18 or 19, a lot of people also notice their focus is sharper at work or school. You are getting into deep work easier. You are not zoning out after lunch, and that post meal slump is mostly gone. Oh, and if you've been carrying any bloating, that usually starts disappearing around this week too, because a lot of that bloating comes from sugar fermentation in your gut. Less sugar equals to less fermentation and flatter stomach. Days 22 to 30. I don't even want it anymore. This is the part people don't expect. By the final stretch, most people say they have stopped fighting the cravings because the cravings just aren't as loud anymore. Your brain's dopamine system has started to recalibrate. It's not demanding those constant sugar hits anymore. And when you do come across something really sweet like a bite of dessert, it often feels too sweet, overwhelming. Your taste has changed that much. Physically, if you had any extra weight sitting around your midsection, you've likely lost some of it because the dangerous fat around your organs called visceral fat is heavily fueled by excess sugar and refined carbs. With those gone, your body has been burning through it. Your energy is stable from morning to evening. Your skin is clear. Your mood is more consistent than it's been in years. And there is something else that happens that's hard to quantify. You feel more in control, like you made a decision, you stuck with it, and now your body is literally different. That's confidence. Now, look, I'm not saying life without sugar is perfect or that you can never enjoy a piece of cake again. That's not the point. The point is, most of us are eating way more added sugar than we realize, and it's affecting us in ways we've just accepted as normal. The afternoon crashes, the mood swings, the skin issues, the brain fog, none of that is just how you are. A lot of it is what you are eating. 30 days isn't forever, but it's long enough to feel the difference in your own body. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the one sugary thing you think would be hardest to give up? I'll see you in the next one.